Pleased to be joined now by Anthony Dutton, the CEO of Cannex, and we're here to talk about a recent acquisition. Anthony, tell us about that.
Yeah, this is a transformational event coming up for Cannex. We made an announcement in November that we had agreed to essentially merge with a company called Forefront Ventures, which is a US private company, and that close should happen literally any day now.
Kris Krane, the president of Forefront. A recent acquisition involving Forefront and Cannex. Would you care to elaborate a little, Kris?
So just by way of background, at Forefront, we have been known for being really good operators on the retail side of things. We run great stores in a handful of states around the country. We also have really good skill at navigating capital markets and at license acquisition, license procurement. So we're currently operational in 6 states, about to be 7 in the US. And Cannex has been really known for being the premier cultivator producer in the state of Washington. They were also recently licensed in California, but they are the dominant producer in the state of Washington. They have the largest market share on the wholesale market there, and what's the most competitive market in the country. And so this has been a really good meeting of skill sets, complementary skill sets that we think is going to help make us a real force in the industry.
This acquisition is playing to both strengths. Tell us what Forefront brings to the table for you.
Well, Forefront have got an amazing skill set in areas that we don't have core competency, so it's really good in that regard. But they're very, very good at the retail end of things, the policy side of things, the application for licenses, government relations, distribution. They've got very strong capital markets background.
So, one of the most difficult things in the industry is cultivation production at scale. And Cannex has done that at a level that we haven't really seen anybody do in the industry. They've got about 8% market share in the state of Washington, and this is a state with about 1,000 licensed producers. And so, they've been able to do that by really being able to produce at scale in a way that you just don't see much of in the industry.
You talked about the industry as a whole. It seems to be in flux on a daily basis. What's your latest take on what's happening in the cannabis industry?
Right. That's a great question, and you're right that it is in flux, but I think the core underlying evolving trend is operations, operations, operations. So you could have all of the licenses that you want, you can have all of the money in the bank that you've been given by investors. If you don't know how to operate a business and operate a business at scale, it's not going to do you any good. And so that's what we bring to the table.
So what we found is that most of the operators in these limited license market haven't put in a ton of time and effort into really operating as efficiently as humanly possible at a large scale, something that Cannex has done extremely well. And so we want to take that operational efficiency and bring it to Massachusetts, and bring it to Illinois, and bring it to Arizona and Michigan and elsewhere in the country, and we think that'll give us a really nice competitive advantage. So we'll have the Cannex side of the business. They will continue to run all cultivation production in all of these states, and we will continue to go out and get new licenses, win new licenses, acquire new licenses, and run the retail side of the business. So it really is a almost perfectly complementary match between the two companies.
Here we are at the Cannabis Capital Conference. It's the 3rd, and you were telling us just off camera moments ago that you're very pleased with this event. Tell us why.
Because I think we've now got a core group of educated investors, companies that are what I call true companies, not companies that are just a fancy PowerPoint and a dream. So you've got a really good dialogue going here. You have people who know what they're talking about, talking to people who know what they're talking about. And it's actually really refreshing.
Perfect, Anthony. Okay. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much.
Is there anything you'd like to...
Well, I know there's a number of people that are probably watching this that have been supporting us throughout the last 12 months, and I just wanted to give them a big thank you. Having a core group of investors that have believed in us from the beginning, is really important to me as a CEO, so thank you very much, and stick with us. The best is yet to come.
Perfect finish. Thank you very much, Anthony.
Okay, thank
Marvelous.
you.
Thank you.